Hello again. So, next video about programming. So, this is the second part of the Pabot programming videos, and again I'm going to make about 25 minutes of programming, and my main point is that programming is problem solving, and I would like to show you guys and girls that problem solving real life. And I'm working or doing stuff with my own little tool called Pabot, which is a parallel executor for robot framework test cases. And the task is building an explicit test running a list basically for users to modify how the tests are executed. You can go and watch the previous video if you want more about this. So I'm just going to skip everything else and go straight to where I left off last time. And I'm going to have my timer on for 25 minutes and let's go. So last time I did small changes and I have them in my version of Git, my local storage or local version. So YouTube stuff, not for origin. So I shouldn't commit this actually. Yeah, I just did this small changes to get really something that actually works there. So, but this is just a stop commit. I could use the git stash also for this, but I'm just making a local commit for it. But so I don't lost the work yet. So I'm just going to. I have something else there here also. Look at to-do list txt, which is this. I'm not going to commit that either. But anyway, I'm going to reset my git to one. So one previous. So now I should have everything here. Yeah. So now my head is in the correct place again. What that is currently in the origin master, which is in the GitHub, the same stage. Okay, so let's continue. So last time where I left was somewhere. So suit names here. So I did this little experimental code. Okay. Well, one thing I would like to now change is that it's the location of the file that I am reading, which actually I think a better location would be the same directory as the directory where I'm executing Pabot from. So I think this would be better way of having this file. So let's see if my ZSH remembers my Python script. So let's try to run this now. So okay, now it fails because well, tests thing isn't here. So what I'm going to do to make this executable again is to just move this file from the TMP to here. So now it's in the correct place. So let's try to execute it again. Yeah, that works. Now, so those sleeps take a lot of time. I'm just going to do some changes to the test material to get those sleeps away. So that take so much time. I still like them, so I'm going to leave a little sleep there. So get an idea of that things actually last some time. So I'm just going to do this. It's a little repeatable word, but I'm going to script that away. So okay, now it's running in okay time. 4 seconds is enough, or fast enough for me. So yeah, the fun thing with this new functionality would be that I can change the order if I want to. So, or the user can change the order if there is some reason. So let's try to do that. So let's do it like this. So we should now execute first the test suite number 4. Yes, it actually works like that. Okay, so that's fine. Now, the code is still like really crappy code and not really doing all the stuff that it should or has been so far. I mean that this version, if I just comment out this version actually does a lot more than the version that I can. For example, I can just run it against anything. So one thing that I would next do is to actually make this file if it doesn't exist. So that's kind of obvious thing because currently it doesn't exist anywhere, or basically it only exists in my machine on this here. So yeah, this is the only place in the whole world where this file exists. So let's just see what happens if it doesn't exist. So I can just delete the file. It's nothing really important. Ooh, now it's gone. Now it's gone. So currently, if this doesn't exist, the code fails because it should find the file here. So what we can do is use the I think OS module has something that we can use for checking out if the file exists. This file. So let's do small code to solve the situation where the file does not exist. So if this is not a file, then we should actually do this code stuff. So we can generate suite names or tests. Well, yeah, we could actually, yeah, because I've used this name suite names, it should be that Pabot suite names is a better file. Let's change that. Still under construction, and only the people that are watching this can see what is happening. So there's no real users. So everything is like I can just change everything and experiment still. But of course, if any one of you who is now watching this has some opinion about these things, you can comment on my GitHub or on the Pabot's GitHub page or somewhere, or even in the video. I'll try to change these things. Okay, so now I have the old functionality here. This actually generates the lists, and use that. So suite names is generate suite names. Just going to copy everything there. So if I remember correctly, each of these parameters is going somewhere here. Yeah, like this. I think we're complaining about the F. Okay, the limb doesn't like my argument name. Okay, but it's fine. It's better. Now this should generate suite names, which is a list. And now I actually want to store that list as a file called .suite names. So I can then use that as my input, and then we are using this new code to have that. So let's try to do that. So let's do this first, just to validate that it's actually going to call this method here. All right, so yeah, there it is, my list, and then it crashes, which is awesome. But it's still broken, so I need to do more. Well, I can store that list. Let's do it like this. So store suite names. Store suite names. Should we take these suite names? Just select this one liner like this. No, just like this and suite names. And now I have a little suite names function that I can call. So we open this one. In this case, I'm opening it for writing. So now it's open for writing. And now I would like to write that suite names list to this file. So let's try to do that. So, suite names, lines, just a sequence of strings, which goes like this. All right. Oh no, it failed because it collapses everything to one line. Let's see what does the suite names file. Yeah. So by default, this write lines actually doesn't add those new lines to the end of which were actually removed here. So I need to add those to the names. I think this actually accepts a generator as an argument, so I can use that. So suite name. I'm just going to do it like this. Let's see. That's not. Pabot suite names. All right. Okay, it actually worked. That's right. I thought that it would make one extra line, but no, it actually works like it should. But yeah, about the extra line, I was thinking that most likely there are situations where people will like make a new line here or something like this. And then problem for this list. It doesn't seem to be a problem, right? Maybe I have already figured out. Or maybe there's a solution for it. Yeah, there's like empty strings here, and I would like to remove these. So I don't want them to be in the switch file. Or let's say they shouldn't go outside of this function. So I can do it in this generate or this list comprehension, but maybe it's just better to do it switch for suite. Once suite. I think there's an is empty. Maybe this works. I have to check how the Python code works. So we have some kind of list which contains A, B, some empty string and two. So yeah. So this one. Okay, so that's untrue. Or we could do it like this. So the value of unit for u. Maybe let's get this check. True, false, true. Yeah, this should work. So for any non-empty string, it will have that in list. Other ones it will remove from the list. So removes all the empty things from the list. So let's see. This works like charm. If I do some changes to the list. So this. That works also. Okay, great. It's something that works. So yeah. So now I have like a way to create that list, and then I actually use it to well, for running purposes. And then I also remove all the empty lines from there. Yeah, so this is my first draft version, and I think this is a place to make a real commit. So I'm just going to commit this code. So Pabot suite names. First draft. And I'm not a big fan of big commit messages, but anyway, about commit messages, if I want to do them like quite nicely, I usually start with there's some kind of subject or something. So first, what the thing is about, and then more like detailed information. So, okay, this is about Pabot suite names thing, and then read and write, work in progress. Yeah, just going to step comments. Okay, then write this there. It's in my master repository. It's not in the origin master, and actually I think this is a good idea to make a branch, because this is not like something that I could really push into the production. So I'm going to make a development branch and actually push this to Git up. So if you want to see the code from there, you can also check out it from there. I'm just going to make a new repository about this. So many people use this topic branch thing. So let's use that. So topic is suite names. Yeah. Or orchestration. That's a nice nice word. I'm trying to learn how to type that, so let's use that. Okay, so now it's actually switched to branch topic orchestration, which I created, which contains this Pabot suite names commit on top of everything that is on the origin master's commit history. And then I'm going to push these to origin topic orchestration. Yay, there's a new branch now. Let's go and see the GitHub. Why we have new branch there? It's one commit ahead of the master. And if my Travis things are working currently, let's go there. It's running the test execution. Okay. So the Travis is currently running my test cases on Python 2.7, 3.4, and 3.6. The 2.7 Python version worked. There are some problems, by the way, with the Travis I've been having, that the return code of Pabot is sometimes wrong. Yeah, up here. I've been trying to figure out what is currently. Maybe adjust the lint thing, because the lint here doesn't like the long lines that are over 8 characters. But I think it's modern times, and we should actually use more characters than 80. So that's just me. Yeah. So the result code from my test execution sometimes flickers in the Travis, and I am actually unable to reproduce this currently on my machine, but I can restart the job and see another time. So now we're into 3.4 script again. So the reason that I haven't fixed this is that I'm lazy. I don't have currently like a real I haven't attached any S3 buckets or anything like that to Travis. This is like really simple Travis script that I have. The only test results that I have is the command line output from the test executions. So we can go actually see that. So the Travis thing is this file here. Here's all the comments or all the things I need to get the Travis started, which is kind of awesome compared to, for example, configuring Jenkins or some stuff, which I would be too lazy to set up for my little hobby project. Okay, no, this time it worked. That's a good thing. And now I have been doing this for 25 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. I will continue in this because it's not yet ready.